Hey, Brittany Lynch here, and welcome to this video. As promised today, I'm going to be doing a short training session on how to do profitable audience research and give a demonstration of a tool that really simplifies this process. This tool is called Recon and was created by Justin Sardi and Ted Chen, and it's not even available to the public yet, but I literally harassed Justin and Ted with messages to allow me to extend a lifetime license to you guys at the end of this video. Now, the tool is going to be launching in a few weeks at a much more expensive annual fee, so this is a really cool opportunity for you guys because as soon as I saw this keyword tool and I started using it myself, I immediately recognized the value that it not only provides to me, but I know it's going to provide to you for anyone who is looking to clarify a niche, identify a niche, come up with physical product ideas or info product ideas or even content ideas. So this training and tool are really going to be extremely helpful for you if you're one of those people, if you're stuck choosing that niche or you want to choose a product. So I'm going to go over how to actually use this tool to do that, how to choose a niche, how to use it to come up with a hot product idea, whether it's physical or information product, and then also how I verify that there's actually demand for those products, and other things as well. How I use this tool to come up with content ideas, whether it's for email or blog posts or newsletter. So there's a lot of different uses for this tool, and I've really been enjoying playing with it. So first thing is, right now you're looking at the tool dashboard, all right? So the keyword tool actually has 12 keyword sources, and you can see that right here, and that it pulls from. So let's go through them really quickly. There's Google, it pulls from the Google keyword search tool, YouTube, Amazon, eBay, Yahoo, Google Play, Wikipedia, Walmart, Target, Etsy, and Fiverr. And so there are many different sources here. Obviously, a lot of e-commerce applications that are great for anyone who is looking to come up with, hidden product ideas for e-commerce that other people maybe wouldn't come across. But this, again, I use it a lot for information marketing as well. So there's a lot of different applications here, and we're going to go through a number of different examples in just a second. But basically what it does that's very different from a lot of the keyword tools on the market is it pulls from the suggested searches on Google and Amazon and all these other platforms. So if we actually go to Google, let's do that right now. And I want to search, let's just say that I want to search, knitting. So I start entering in knitting, and what Google does is it's suggesting other keywords, right, based on what we're typing. So this is suggested search, and basically in order for a phrase to end up in suggested search means that a lot of people have been searching on it, right? So just ending up in the suggested search box means that it's a high demand phrase within that particular niche. And the beautiful thing about this is it gives you suggestions that you would never have thought of on your own, or traditional keywords search tools wouldn't have provided to you. So it's really great for uncovering, again, not just hidden niches and pain points and unmet needs, but product ideas actually within that market, because these are real phrases that people are actually searching for within this market, right? So that's kind of the general idea of how it works. Is it uses suggested search and it pulls and scrapes all of that data and pulls it back into this keyword tool to really make your life a lot easier so that you can get all this data right in front of you in a really, really easy to find place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few demonstrations of how I actually use the tool today, and I really know that you're going to love it. So before I start, I want to actually start by showing you a document that Justin and Ted put together in the members area for everyone to make this tool extremely easy for audience research, discovering pain points, buyer keywords, niche research, video title ideas, and hot products that you could sell via Shopify or Amazon or even info products. So where you would find that is going to the important tips section right here. And you can see that there's a number of tips on this page that you would want to go through, but what I'm actually looking for is this document right here, Download Search Tactic Cheat Sheet. All right. And so you can see that this is basically what it's called. It's a cheat sheet or a quick start guide for actually using the tool. So they're giving you a number of queries or suggested queries to run in the keyword tool and what you would actually get as a result of that. So for example, if you're someone who still hasn't chosen a niche, and I know there's many people on my list who still haven't chosen a niche, and that's something that's really stopping them from moving forward, is they're just not clear on what market to enter into. And that's a really tough spot to be in, because if you don't know what market you're going to be in, then you can't move to the next step. So I really want everyone to be able to move to that next step, clarify their niche, and I think that with the training I'm providing you today and this tool that you're really going to be able to do that. So a few queries you could run is how to asterisk for small business. So what the asterisk does is it's kind of like a blank. It's like fill in the blank. So you're telling the Google or Amazon or whatever search engine you're using to fill in the blank. So this is great for discovering problems, right? So let's say you know you want to target small businesses, but you don't know what the problems are in the market. And that's definitely a big issue a lot of people have, is they have a general idea of the market they want to be in, but they don't understand the problems and issues in that market. So what it will pull back is you're going to get all these suggested searches that people are actually searching on for problems that are in their business, all right? Or maybe tips for small business, so branding tips for small business. There's a lot of different applications you could use. Best blank for artists, or best blank for German Shepherds. So maybe you want to come up with physical product ideas and you don't even know where to start. So you're looking for ideas from the market of what people are actually looking for. And again, this comes back to what I talked about earlier about, you not coming up with ideas on your own. You want to look to the market and let them tell you what they are interested in and what they're willing to spend their money on, all right? So we'll talk a little bit about identifying a market gap in just a bit, but for now we're just looking at these search queries. So again, there's ideas for niche research. For pain point research, buyer keyword research if you're in e-commerce. So there's a lot of different tactics, and this guide kind of gives you a great quick start to getting started with this tool for whatever your goal is, whether that's choosing a niche, whether that's identifying physical product ideas or info product ideas, or coming up with content ideas for the niche that you're already in. All right. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run through a number of demonstrations for you guys so you can actually see this in action and just see the dozens of different ideas that I've been able to come up with just using this tool really, really easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and I'm actually going to start with the keyword tool. So on the left hand side, I'm going to select search engines, and I'm going to select Google keyword. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for something really broad. All right. So let's say that I don't have a niche yet and I actually want to come up with a niche idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search how to and then asterisk, and I'm going to hit search. All right, so right now what it's doing is it's going through and pulling all of the suggested searches for this phrase. So how to, and you can see it's going through the letters right here, and it's pulling all the phrases that Google suggested search comes up with. And that's going to be helpful for us to come up, to get an overview of, what are people searching for when they have a problem? Okay, because the search phrase how to indicates that they're looking to solve a problem. That's a really great place to start when coming up with a niche that has demand. So first thing I would do is I would just kind of scroll through here and get an understanding for the high level of the market. So how to zoom on a Mac, how to zest an orange, how to knit, how to Photoshop, how to use Xbox, how to write a letter, all these different things. And a lot of these could be little products in and of themselves. But to simplify the process, what the tool has done is they've put together this really cool little button called word frequency. And so I'm actually going to hit that right now. And what that does is it scans all of the search results and it pulls the phrases that they see most frequently. All right. And this is, again, what it does is it indicates that, all right, people are looking for these types of phrases the most. So let's go through some of them. How to get, how to write. So maybe that could be a good niche. So what you could do is you could select and hit close, and then go here and select export and just see what these keywords look like. How to write a thesis statement, how to write a song, how to write a resume. All right, so a few options there. I'm going to select none there, and I'm going to go back to word frequency and keep looking. And again, just get an idea. So how to draw, that could be a huge niche. So if I was interested in how to draw, I would select here and I would maybe drill down deeper. So I'm going to keep scanning. YouTube, Snapchat, Dragon, money, passport, lose, knit. So knitting is a huge niche. So let's actually select that here and see what those keywords look like. And again, I'm going to hit export just because I want to see the keywords that kind of come up. All right, so we can see how to knit a scarf, how to knit a hat, how to knit a blanket, and how to knit. So I would use this kind of broad keyword of how to knit to start out to get some ideas about different niches that I want to be in. And then if I came across an idea that I want to explore more, what I would do is I would drill down. So let's say that I'm interested in knitting. I have some background in knitting, so let's see what the market is looking for in the knitting category. So I'd actually just refine my search keyword to how to knit. And again, I would hit search. And again, this is going to go to Google, pull all the suggested searches for this phrase and bring it in. And so it's the idea of starting broad and drilling deeper. So for me, when I'm trying to evaluate a niche, my goal is really just to get a sense of what is this market all about? What are they searching for? What are they interested in? Especially if you're not someone who knows a lot about this market yet, this is a really fast way to just understand the intent of that market and understand what their goals are, what their problems are, in order to determine, is this going to be a niche that's profitable, and what are the problems that I can actually solve in this niche. So again, I would start by just scanning through here and seeing these are real keywords that people are searching for in suggested search. So it indicates that there's a lot of searches on these phrases. So how to knit zip ladder yarn, how to knit your own sweater, how to knit your first row, how to knit your own dog sweater. To be honest, a lot of these could probably be their own products in and of themselves. But again, what I'm going to do after I've gotten a little bit of a sense of the market, reading the phrase by myself through here, is like I'm going to go up to that word frequency and again get the snapshot overview of what this market is searching for. So how to stitch, that's the biggest by far phrase that came up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit select, hit close, and then I'm going to go to this export button again, which is basically showing you the phrases in plain text, and you can copy that and bring it to an Excel spreadsheet or whatever it is. If you're running Google AdWords, you can actually select any of these to get broad phrase or exact match to make it easy for your keyword campaigns. But for now, I'm just really looking for ideas. So I really want to understand what are the problems people have, what are people looking to learn in this market. So right away, I see a lot of people are looking to learn specific stitches. I mean, if you're a beginner in a market and knitting is the thing you're interested in, that makes sense to me. You know, they need to learn how to knit stitches in order to knit any single project. So right away, something that would occur to me is maybe there's a great ebook concept in how to knit, the 20 basic stitches that you need to knit any project, something along those lines. So I would literally copy these keywords and drop them into an Excel spreadsheet just to start to form what my ebook might look like, my ebook on knitting stitches. Well, I'll talk about how to evaluate this in just a second, but that would be a concept to me. And then maybe going back to word frequency, I would have like a bonus of, the most searched on project. And it looks like the next most searched concept is how to knit a scarf. All right, well, do you think that could be a good concept of having an ebook on, the 10 stitches that you need to knit any project, and then bonus, how to knit a scarf and a blanket? These are the most popular phrases that are coming up with this tool right now. That to me seems like it would be a really great concept. So right away, I've come up with a great concept, right? Now, what you could actually do, and what I would suggest you do, is if you've decided, knitting is something I want to learn a little bit more about, it's a market that I might want to pursue, is I would go and I would turn this recursive search on. So what that does, and I'm going to hit search while I explain it, what that does is it's taking all of the phrases that I had already found and it's running every single one of them back through the suggested keyword tool and pulling even more information. So it's pulling even more information, it's drilling even further down into this market to get more suggested searches that people are searching on within this very specific market, so that we can then go and look at, are there more stitches that people are searching on? Get a more full picture of what this market looks like, all right? So while that's searching, what I'm going to show you is a little bit of my process of how I identify the market gap. Now, I have a worksheet that I use called How to Identify a Profitable Market Gap. And for anyone who ends up picking up Word Recon, I'm going to give you this worksheet, which is basically about exactly what it's called. It's how to figure out if there is a gap in the market for me to enter into and release a profitable product, whether that's an information product or a physical product. All right. So I'm going to go over some of the steps I would do, but I would start with coming up with the idea. So we've come up with the idea, which is that ebook on, the different types of stitches that you would release in the knitting niche. First thing I would do is I would just go to Google and I would search knitting blog ebook or whatever your niche is. So I want to see, do blogs in this market already have an ebook? And if they do, what do they look like? Are there things that I can improve on? Because if there's already the perfect product at the perfect price in the market, that might not be the first approach I take into that market. That might not be the niche that I end up choosing. So I want to see, can I improve on what's already in the market? So we're at this blog that we found on Google, and you can see there's a header that says ebooks. So you can see there's a knitting stitch ebook, which they're using for lead generation. There's also the fill in the blank shawl design and a few other ebooks. So I would just kind of go and I would see, what does the process look like? What does the sales page look like? And right away I can tell this person is not a marketer, all right? Their sales page, they've done a great attempt, but it's definitely something that I could improve on. There's way too many things to click on. This is something that I could improve. So I know that could be an advantage for me in the market. I could look at this as a bit of a gap. People in the knitting niche are not marketers, and therefore I can create a better sales sequence. So that's one advantage I could have. I could also go to the marketplace in Google and use that to find different ebooks that already exist, and again, see if I can improve on them in the same way. What do these sales pages look like? Is there room for improvement? And right off the hop, again, I can tell that, this page looks like it hasn't been updated since, honestly, before the internet started. So I think that this is something that I could improve on. It's a good attempt at a sales page, especially for someone who maybe isn't a marketer. So kudos for them for making that effort. But again, for me as a marketer, I'm looking, can I improve on this? And this is something I could, do they even have any bonuses? It doesn't look like it's a very straightforward sales page. That's something that, I feel confident that anyone could improve on. And then finally, what I'm going to show you today is just one more idea, and that's using Amazon reviews. Okay, so I would go to Amazon, I would search, knitting stitches, or whatever that specific topic is that I'm interested in learning more on, and I would try to find an ebook to get reviews. Again, we want to figure out, is there a gap in this market? Is there feedback that we could take from other people's products to improve our own? So this is just a few of the steps that I go through to find a market gap. Again, I'm going to give you that kind of bonus worksheet that I use when you get Word Recon to actually evaluate, with more of a process if there's a gap in the market. But these are all helpful tips, so hopefully you guys are getting value out of this video regardless. But I would actually go to the review section. I would hit 3 stars. So you don't want to look at the very positive reviews, and you don't want to look at the very negative reviews. You kind of want to look for the ones that seem to be level-headed and fair. So 3 stars is usually the best. So I would kind of go through and I would read all these reviews and see what feedback are they providing to this author that I could take and incorporate in my product when I release it and actually get an advantage on the market, right? So, let's see here. Good ideas, some mistakes. I really like the list of stitches in this book. Okay, so that's good to know. But it was black and white, so maybe you could provide color in yours. Let's see. I would recommend this book for more experienced knitters. All right, so that's good feedback. So maybe we would need to create something more step-by-step for a beginner. Again, you can see this is a recurring piece of feedback. It does not explain some of the more complex stitches. So that would indicate, and I would spend more time reading these more thoroughly, but that would indicate to me that if we really emphasize on our sales page that it's very step-by-step, especially for beginners, we break down the complex stitches so that they feel like easy stitches, that would be a little bit of an advantage to us, right? So it's kind of a few-step process, but this Word Recon tool helps us identify that initial market, and then we use that market gap worksheet to determine, are people spending money in this market, and where can I kind of come in and improve the process, improve the product in order to get, again, an advantage in this space. So I'm just going to stop this search for now because we have 1,500 as it is. So that's quite a lot. It would keep searching if we wanted it to. But you can see, I mean, just hundreds, thousands almost of searches all about knitting. So if this is a market you're interested in going in, can you see how this would be helpful for you to have all of this information really quickly in front of your eyes? And so, regardless of what niche you're interested in going in, I'm showing you the process right now. When you pick up Word Recon, you can go through this yourself for your specific niche, but this is the process that I would go through to come up with concepts. And again, you can kind of drill down and look at, all right, now there's 176 stitch phrases. Let's copy all of those into an Excel spreadsheet. Let's narrow it down to the 10 or 20 most popular searches of specific stitches, and maybe use that as a guide, as a table of contents to actually create our ebook and our information product. So that's the process I would go about using this for coming up with a niche and determining an information product idea. But as I mentioned, there's a lot of different ways to use this tool. E-commerce is a big one too. And so I want to talk about that a little bit also. So let's go through one more example, and let's say that maybe we have a broad idea that we want to be in the dog training niche, and perhaps your background is in training German Shepherds, as is the case of one of my students right now. So what I would do is I would just enter in and start broad and try to get an overview of the problems in this niche. So maybe what I would do is I would enter in how to asterisk, so that's that blank, fill in the blank, German Shepherd, right? So this phrase, how to blank German Shepherd. So, I know that my student right now, he knows that he wants to be in the German Shepherd niche, but he doesn't understand completely all of the problems that German Shepherd owners face. And so this would be a really great idea and a really great approach to start to understand that market better. So I'm going to return recursive off for now. I'm going to just start with a regular search, and I'm going to select search. And again, it's going to go through and it's going to scan for common searches of problems that German Shepherd owners are facing. So this is a great way to figure out those problems, those pain points in a market, right? So let's actually see, it's done here. So again, you could go through and you could search and, kind of glance through all of these responses, or go up and actually select word frequency. And right away, train's a big one. That's not a surprise. So a lot of dog owners really want to train their dog. So let's look at some of those keywords right here. Okay, so how to train your German Shepherd to be a guard dog. How to train your German Shepherd to attack on command. How to train them to attack. This is very interesting. So we're seeing a recurring theme. So a lot of German Shepherd owners are thinking about protection training. So maybe one of the big reasons people buy a German Shepherd is because they're thinking of their family, they're thinking of their own personal safety, and they want to understand not just how to train their dog, but how to train them to protect them. And that's a very different style of training than, how to train a golden retriever, right? So that could be right away, that's an indication to me, this could be a really unique niche, hidden niche within this market, is how to train your German Shepherd to be a guard dog, to protect you, right? And you could go through and you could kind of look at all of these different search phrases, but you'll see a lot of them are about protection and attacking and guard dog. So I would kind of drill down further into that. So I showed you how to do that already. I won't go through that one again right now because I want to kind of move on to some e-commerce stuff. But let's see. You can see that there's a lot of other things, and I would go to like how to stop. So let's see that. How to train a German Shepherd to stop jumping. So that seems to be a big problem. How to train a German Shepherd to stop biting. I would look at all of these phrases down here, and if you're someone who is looking for a lead to do lead generation, I would look at all of these and I would think, wow, these are great ideas for creating a quiz to generate leads, or these are great ideas to do email marketing. So all of these would actually create great emails. So 2 ideas that I use to make it really easy to come up with emails to your list, or even blog posts for your list, is to use 2 things: Q&A or checklists. So every single one of these search queries could be a Q&A based email. So let's see, how to train a German Shepherd to stop jumping. You could create an email to your list answering that one specific question. So you have dozens and dozens and dozens of content ideas to send to your email list so that when you do start marketing, or if you're already marketing, you've got, literally an entire year's worth of content right here using word recon. So it's great for that. You could also turn this into a checklist, 7 steps to stop your German Shepherd from jumping on you or jumping, and again, there's so many different options here. So I'm going to leave it at that for Google search. Hopefully you're starting to get an idea. Like, we're getting dozens and dozens and dozens of ideas. And, when you have access to this tool, this is something you can do for your own specific niche. Right now, I'm just using a few different examples. So let's say, again, we're in the German Shepherd niche, and maybe we don't want to go the information product route. Maybe we want to actually look at e-commerce. So what I would do is I would go to the e-commerce button right here, hit e-commerce. And again, you can see all these different websites that it can pull keywords from: Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, Etsy. All fantastic resources. And in fact, I would go through and spend time going through every single one of them. But I'm going to start with just the first one, Amazon. That's the biggest for right now. And we're going to go to Amazon. I'm going to enter in the base keyword of German Shepherd. Okay. And I'm going to select search. And again, it's scanning Amazon for all the different keywords, the suggested keywords that come up when you search that. So German Shepherd, right? So if you go A, it goes and it pulls that. If you go B, it pulls all these. So rather than doing it manually, it does it really, really quickly, right? So it's pulled all these up. And I would just kind of scan through here. German Shepherd accessories. So one of the cool things about searching on Amazon right here within the word recon tool is there's this cool button that pulls up the top 3. So when you click that, what it does is it goes to Amazon for this keyword and it pulls up the top 3 best-selling products. So you can see right away that this is a best-selling product for German Shepherd accessories. It seems to be a dog harness for German Shepherds, and it has 115 reviews. And what I like is it's not a perfect 5-star review. All right, there's room for improvement. That's what it shows me, is there's room for improvement. It shows me 2 things. There's people buying, and there's room for improvement. So again, I would use that kind of market gap process that I am going to provide as a bonus for everyone who gets word recon to go through to figure out, is this a product that I could actually swoop in and improve on? And this is a product that you could very easily source on AliExpress or Alibaba and actually get up and running. And you can put it on Amazon, you could put it on Shopify, you could put it on your own landing page, whatever style or approach that you want to go into as far as e-commerce goes. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to talk about kind of the approach right now for coming up with product ideas and how to determine that they're profitable and that there's a way for you to enter into the market. So I, again, would look at the reviews and see what the negative reviews and feedback are. So let's keep looking here. So that's one approach. You could kind of go the Alibaba, AliExpress route and source it from overseas. You could look at word frequency to kind of see what's coming up. So dog, case, that's interesting. Case is number 2. So like phone case maybe. So I'm going to scroll down and see if I can see case. Let's see here. Okay, so here, iPhone case. German Shepherd iPhone case. So let's look at the top 3 right here. So there's a bunch of different German Shepherd iPhone cases. This one only has a 4-star review, but it has 50 reviews. So it's made quite a lot of sales. So this is interesting to me. And why it's interesting is because we can use a platform like Gearbubble to actually create something literally today, end up with an offer today at the end of this call really, really easily. So this has 4-star reviews. We can look at some of the reviews here to kind of get a sense of why. So this says, very disappointed, it doesn't fit properly. Well, I know that Gearbubble has very high quality stuff, so that's something that I would keep in mind. Let's see here. So it arrived late. So they're probably shipping from China, whereas I know Gearbubble ships from within the States, so fast shipping, that's another advantage. So poor quality resolution on the photo. So these are all feedbacks I would take, and then I could go and create an offer. So you could literally go to gearbubble.com. Anyone can sign up here, and you can create any of these campaigns. So in this case, we could literally create an offer that has demand, that needs improvement, a market gap in this marketplace immediately, and have that offer ready today. So I could just select phone case, and then all I would need to do is find an image for this, all right? So I could go to a free stock photo website like Pixabay and search German Shepherd and try to see, is there a photo that I think would do really well for this market? And this is a photo that I think would do amazing for this market. A German Shepherd with an American flag behind it. It literally cannot get more perfect. A lot of people who own German Shepherds are also very proud of their country. Many of them maybe have even served in the military. So this would be a fantastic concept, and you could just download this to your computer and use this to actually create really easily a product on Gear Bubble. So you would just come to Gear Bubble and you would literally upload the design right here. And it's processing the image. And you literally just like drag and drop, right? Right here. And then I'm going to select next step. You can edit the cost and stuff. I'm not going to get into that right now. And there you have it. You've got your phone case that literally within the click of a few buttons, you can now sell to this market. All right. So again, I'm not going to go in the nuances of actually refining this product or anything like that, but just the idea of, identifying a need very, very quickly using Word Recon and then being able to very quickly create an offer and go into this market today. So for those of you who are kind of stuck on market research, stuck on finding profitable products, really quickly you can narrow in and actually get going today on whatever product or whatever market you want to do. All right, so that's basically how I use Word Recon, and you can see we uncovered dozens of profitable niche ideas. We walked through some of my process for how I determine a market gap in those niches. We went through a number of methods to uncover hot product ideas. So if you want to pick up Word Recon, then what you can do is click the button below this video, and what will happen is you'll be taken to a JVZoo link page right here. So I'll show you that right here. Okay, so you'll be taken to this page, and right now they're running a special deal where you get lifetime access for just $197. So this is kind of a big deal because in about a month, what they're going to do is they're going to be doing a big public launch, and that price is going to increase to an annual fee. So you'll be having to pay at least $197 a year to access the product, rather than lifetime access for $197. So with the lifetime access, you're still going to get all the benefits, like getting all the future updates, and I know that they're planning on adding extra things like maybe even forum searches onto here too. They're going to add some more training. So it's a really nice deal because you benefit from all of that without having to pay the annual fee. To me, I always prefer when a software has a recurring fee because that means they're serious about maintaining the software, improving it, and upgrading it. So being able to get in now when there's just that lifetime access is pretty cool and unique opportunity. And again, like I said, this really isn't available to the public right now. As far as I know, you can only get it from me. I literally pestered Justin to allow me to promote this to you guys, to make it available to you guys, because I got so much value from it, and I knew right away that this is something that a lot of you are going to get a lot of value out of. So that's why I think it's such a great opportunity at getting it at the lifetime access. So whether you're someone who's struggling to kind of finally choose a niche or come up with a product idea or content ideas, this tool is definitely going to be extremely helpful for all of these things. And as I said, I'm going to throw in a cool little bonus that's going to help you get really get the most value out of Word Recon. So I'm going to give you my bonus, my market gap worksheet bonus, and you're going to get that right after you join. You're instantly going to get access to that. So this is a worksheet I use to find a profitable market gap in niches, and it has just over about 10 questions and processes that I use to figure out, is this not only just a good idea, but an idea that's going to actually, that makes money, that is that will be profitable for me, that, has monetization possibilities out there. So I use it to figure, what is the gap? How can I go in? How can I refine this product, improve on the feedback that I've gotten from the market, and go release it and kind of dominate that space. So again, the button to get access to this is right below this video. So go ahead, click that, get your copy of Word Recon. I know you're really going to love it. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I went out of my way to kind of try to provide value beyond just Word Recon and give you a lot of kind of insight how to just do market research in general. So pick up Word Recon, enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'll see you next time.